Thanks for tuning in to another video. Here we are, we're going to be talking about the Screaming Eagle Pro Street Tuner. This is now what I believe it's been 2 months since installing and programming. Now, I did not take it to a dealership. I did it to myself, as you can see in my other video on how to program your 2020 Softail with the Screaming Eagle Pro Street Tuner. Now you can go back there and see how I did it. Follow it step by step. Pretty simple. It's not dyno tuned, so it's not optimized. So I guess this review would be mainly, I guess, based on that. And you know, after riding it for about I believe 2 months, and I've had it for, if I remember right, 3 months. No, we're in May already. I got this in February. I installed the pipes soon after I purchased the motorcycle. So I've had it February, March, maybe even April. So I guess I've had the tuner for about a little bit over a month now, or close to June. And I already made this video before, and the audio did not get recorded for some reason. So I am now doing the video again. But besides that, I used Harley-Davidson's Pro Street Tuner Stage 1 map, and that's basically like an overall generic, not dyno tuned or anything like that, just basically Screaming Eagle exhaust, as you can see in the video. Screaming Eagle exhaust and Screaming Eagle air filter or intake performance. So it's not programmed specifically to this bike, with the upgrades and the aftermarket parts that I have on it. 2-in-1 El Diable Cobra exhaust, and that's pretty much the only thing, because I like this air filter. I like the look of it. It looks like their Screaming Eagle old school intake. It's got the 114 on it. I like it, so I figured, you know what, I'm not gonna upgrade it. I was looking at the big breather or heavy breather intake, but well, I like this one. It doesn't bump into my knee, as you can see. For mid controls, it's pretty good, and I like it the way it looks right now. That's the way I like it. And so after installing and programming the Pro Street Tuner, I guess you could say a little bit of a difference in acceleration, you know, right around the 2000 RPM, 3000 RPM, maybe slightly increase. That's with the exhaust and with the Pro Street Tuner. It's not a big difference, honestly. I had already mentioned this before. I honestly didn't believe, I don't know, I mean, it's different. People say it could damage the engine. I've had other bikes where I installed exhaust and I never tuned the carburetor or increased the jets. And on my Honda, I have a Cobra exhaust as well on my 07 carbureted Shadow. That's also headers, and only time it gave me issues was when I didn't install the exhaust port gaskets on that. So other than that bike runs great. I've had that for, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years with that exhaust. Never had an issue with it. Anything about lean, I guess you could say if it runs lean, the cooling's not right, from what I've heard or read on the forums and stuff like that. Each his own. I don't know. I know for sure it's recommended for headers, kind of like this bike. If you use slip-ons, not so much. So you could get away with just having your stock mapping. But anyways, let's get back to talking about the Screaming Eagle Pro Street Tuner. Now I've talked about my thoughts on the fuel pack tuner, and I believe the other one, the dyno, or the other tuner. Now, I've mentioned it before. Those tuners are basically better than the Harley-Davidson Screaming Eagle tuner. Only reason why I decided to stay with Harley, for the main reason of voiding my warranty. I did not want to void my warranty since it's a brand new bike, 2 years and limited miles. So far I only have I'm about 700 miles close to it now. So 700 miles in what, 2-3 months or 4 months. February, yeah. I'm getting decent mileage out of, on it, but I did not want to avoid my warranty with Harley-Davidson, and that's the main reason. Now, the Milwaukee 8s had an issue back in 2018 or 2017 when they came out on the touring models. They had an oil issue, something about starting the engine of oil and completely destroying the engine because of the cooling and the lubrication and all the other stuff. So from what I've heard and seen, they fixed that issue. I've also seen another mechanic talking about how the machining wasn't too good on these M8 Milwaukees. I'm not sure. I mean, this is one of those things where it could happen to you, it could happen to me, it could happen, maybe like a small percentage of people were actually having this issue. So, and that'd be another thing. If I would have went ahead and back in 2017, 2018 and programmed the Pro Street tuner with one of those fuel packs or that dyno one, the aftermarket, just any aftermarket tuner, that would have instantly avoided my warranty, and then I would have been out a couple of thousands of dollars having the dealership fix it or taking it to a different mechanic, because I'm no mechanic. I went to school for auto body and paint, and that's pretty much it. So that's a good reason on why you should stick to Harley-Davidson. And now I'm going back to the whole tuner thing, and just one more thing. You know what? It's just something that everybody should think about, keeping the warranty intact. If you're one of those guys that's got money and you're strictly going to go for performance, then you should go with the Fuel Pack 3 or the Dyno Jet tuning system. They're basically, as I mentioned before, auto tuners and Pro Street tuner combined. Because for me to be able to tune this on the go, I would have to add on an auto smart tune onto the $300 Pro Street tuner, and that would be essentially about $700-800 plus. If you do it yourself and you get the dealership to do it, that's more money. So that's about $1,000 just to tune the headers and maybe an air filter. Now that's something, if you're going to be doing a stage 3 or stage 4, the Screaming Eagle Pro Street tuner also has the functionality to tune stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4, as you can see. Or if you've seen the other video, then you could do that too. But after having it for a little bit over a month, maybe close to 2 months already, I can tell you guys, $300 for maybe 5% increase in power. I mean, these upgrades, who knows, maybe it's more than that. I have the fairing and I have the saddlebags on the bike too. Maybe that also has something to do with the lack of power. I mean, I do run saddlebags on this bike. I also have the engine guard. That's extra weight. So who knows? Maybe it's more than 2% performance, and I just can't tell because of the extra weight that I have on the bike. I have the Plex audio system, the larger fairing, I have the engine guard, and I have the saddlebags. I have them on right now. You can't see them, but maybe the performance would be more noticeable if I wasn't running the extra accessories on the bike. So overall, my honest opinion, I guess if they're saying it's good for the bike and it's recommended for the bike, I'm not a mechanic. Like I said, I did work for a car manufacturer maybe 10 years ago for about 5 years, but I mean, motorcycles and automobiles are probably drastically different. That's pretty much what I honestly believe. $300. Ah, man, I mean, if it wasn't a new bike, let's say if I would have purchased a 2015 Dyna or whatever it was, and maybe if I didn't need the extra content of, you know, showing people on how to record and how to do a how-tos, honestly I wouldn't have tuned the bike. That's my honest opinion. I wouldn't have tuned it. And the whole argument of it's bad for the engine, I've seen a lot of vehicles, automobiles mainly, run rich and run lean, and they run like that for years and years and years, and nothing happens. You know, they have cooling, they have sensors, they have all types of different safety features to kind of prevent massive engine failure. So $300, you know what, if you guys have the money for it and you want a little bit extra performance, then go ahead and do it. It's also recommended for headers. Honestly, you can use those $300 for other stuff, you know. Plus, not to mention the cables that come separate, that's an extra $30. So, and then if you're getting somebody else to do it, you know, then you have to have that 1 hour labor. And who knows? I mean, I'm going back and forth here. I don't know, maybe if I would dyno tune it, get it specifically tuned and calibrated for this setup that I have here, but it's not a super performance setup that I have here. This is just mainly for the sound and the feel of a Harley-Davidson. That's why I have the 2-in-1 exhaust. If I was really looking for performance, I would have installed a stage 3 or had the dealership do the stage 3. Then, you know, that'd be something different. Or you could go on SNS. Maybe sometimes they have sales. I believe they have a kit already for the M8, and they're in California. They're located here in California, and you can get that tuned and ready for real performance. And as I mentioned before, you know, those $300, honestly, if you're not looking into voiding, I mean, if you're okay with voiding the warranty and you don't really care for it, I suggest go for the Fuel Pack 3. Just skip the Screaming Eagle, go straight for the Fuel Pack 3 or the Dyno one. I believe that one's pretty expensive too, but you can tune those bikes on the go. You know, there's the Fuel Pack 3 has an app, super user friendly. You can just install that app and then tune it on your phone. You don't have to install it onto a computer. And then as for the Dyno one, that also has a little LCD, I believe. It also acts as a Pro Straight tuner with the Auto Smart Tune Pro. So if you're okay with voiding your warranty with Harley-Davidson, and you know what, I guess it's drivetrain or whatever it is, honestly I don't know, but from what I've heard from experts, if you don't use Harley, then you automatically void your warranty. And it's something to do with the EPA many years ago, of course. So, and that's my honest opinion. $300, you could actually save those $300 and put it towards a stage 3 if you really wanted the performance. And then once you do a stage 3, or if you did an aftermarket like with the SNS or somebody else, that would automatically award your warranty. So the whole Pro Street Tuner Harley topic of keeping your warranty intact, then it's out the window if you heavily modify the engine anyway. So main reason, so long video short, after battling on for so long. Just go ahead and as I mentioned before, if you have a brand new bike like I do, you don't want to avoid your warranty like I do, then go with the Harley Pro Street Tuner. Yes, $300 plus the cables, $330. Do it yourself. Follow my video and get a little bit more performance, and I guess help improve the health of your engine, from what people have been telling me, because I posted a video on riding without the Pro Street Tuner, and honestly, I don't know. That's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully the audio worked this time. I guess we'll find out. Thanks for tuning in. I have a couple other videos I'm still working on, mainly on these Plex audio system. Now, I do have, you know what, forget about it. Let's not go into that. This video is already long enough. Thanks for watching. Later.